ndalama zokula milisi balibe, but ndalama zokula ma candidates balinazo. That's the offer as much as 10 million, 15 million kuma candidates to withdraw. But ma farmers wanavutika na kulima na kutenga milisi bango kama no moisture content ndalama zokula milisi ndalama zokula ni
you know some of the characteristics of a good leader is being objective and truthful. Being objective and truthful. One of my problems with some of these opposition leaders is that they are not objective and they are not honest. For example, Brian Mundubile is fond of mentioning big figures. He's fond of mentioning big figures, accusing the ruling party that they are buying others. Remember, during the Bill 7, Brian Mundubile is one of those people that came out and accused the ruling party that members of parliament were given millions of kwacha. I think they were talking about 3 million. 3 million kwacha, that members of parliament were given 3 million for them to vote for Bill 7. But, my brothers and sisters, we should not play with money. We should know the value of money. 3 million is a lot of money. If a guy like Sunday Chanda is given 3 million, you would see where it has gone. If a guy like Christopher Kangombe is given 3 million, you will see where that 3 million has gone. 3 million is not small money. It's a lot of money. And then you should also think of where would that 3 million come from. The government that they are talking about, the government of Hakainde Hichilema, people have been complaining to say, muyupia ndita mulimpia, Hakainde Hichilema wakaso. But they are quick to accuse the same Hakainde Hichilema of giving so much money to people. How? What a contradiction. On one hand, you are saying, Uyumuntu wakaso. There, next, you are saying he has given 3 million to people. It's a lot of money. And today, Brian Mundubile is saying, the ruling party is offering as much as 10 million, 15 million for candidates to withdraw. Now, apari 15 million, mwebantu muilave poa. Apari 15 million, patali, it doesn't matter even if it's government. Even if it's government, where would this government get 15 million kwacha to give people to withdraw? Where would they? So here, even if we can say in politics sometimes kulabe mingalato and people are given money, but surely, can you give 15 million kwacha? Maybe this is how the PF destroyed our economy. Maybe that's the kind of money that they were giving. Maybe Mundubile here is telling us something that we don't know. Maybe our PF, they were giving this kind of money. Maybe that's why they destroyed the economy. Because honestly, if these people are objective, if these people are truthful, there is no way they would be, pronouncing such huge figures. They can't. So anyway, to be honest with you, my brothers and sisters, don't listen to these people. They are lying. There is no way. I mean, this government, the government that you say, this government is frugal. This government, wakaso, there is no way they would be dishing out that kind of money. And I will tell you that where this money, if this money was being released, kuti tuashimona ndemieva, kuti tuashimona, kuti tuashimona, balebe pafya uvya, awalechita withdraw, Have you ever seen any of these people who are withdrawing, playing around with money? Like the way a PF Kada, they were playing with money? No. Anyway, the other issue that Brian Mundubile is talking about is this issue of moisture content. No, they don't have money to buy maize. First of all, I find it difficult, to link government not having money and the moisture content. I don't understand. You know, let me tell you about this moisture content and the floor price, not announcing the floor price. The first thing is that you have to understand is that not announcing the floor price, it does not mean government has barred farmers from selling maize. No, government has not put an embargo on selling maize. It doesn't mean that farmers cannot sell, because abantu na abema paliri neriashi abuli apalira and the party flow price moisture content tabako tempia chabana shan. The point is, government has not stopped anyone from selling maize. So if farmers want to sell their maize, they can still sell at their own price. They don't have to wait for government to announce the floor price. They can sell maize according to what they think to say. This is how much we spent. They can sell. The floor price is simply the price at which government will buy maize. It does not stop farmers from selling maize. They can sell it. And it is just a price that they say, this is how much we are going to buy maize at. And of course, it kind of guides the crop market. It guides, but it does not prohibit other farmers from selling. Now, why is FRA not announcing the floor price? They are being professional. Others are even saying, no, they have defied the president. I mean, you should actually be happy that the president is a politician. A politician announces something, and the technocrats come up and say, no, Mr. President, we can't announce the floor price now because the moisture content is high. That is how a government, a functional government, should work. A government that recognizes expertise, a government that recognizes separation of powers. That is how it should work. And they are not buying because the moisture content is high. What will happen is that the briefcase businesses will go and sweep out all the maize. They will buy the maize. Whilst FRA is waiting for the moisture content to be low, the private sector will go and sweep out the maize. And this will threaten the national food security. And the people like Bakambwiri, people who are in government ought to know this. They ought to know this. FRA does not buy maize to take to Congo or anywhere. They buy maize for food security. So they must make sure that they buy maize and store for the country. So they cannot announce and let the private sector go and sweep out the maize. We would be threatening food security. And a person who is a leader, worth his salt, who wants to become president, ought to know this. You cannot push FRA to say, just mention, bring out the floor price. Then you can wait. I mean, you have to know that once Valanda, I mean, the business, the other people will go and buy the maize. So that is why it is not right for them to announce the floor price until when they are ready. And at the moment, it is not that they are lying, that moisture content is high. No, they are speaking from researched reports. That's where they are speaking from. Not if Baresavaid. That's why when I'm saying that they are not ready to rule and they are desperate for power, it's this kind of thing where you start just mentioning figures. They are giving 15 million. They should mention they don't have money to buy the maize. The moisture content fiabufi. They are not ready. They are not being objective. They are not being truthful. Anyway, I'll soon be talking. I'm going to start talking very soon, but I'll let you know. I think probably on Sunday I should start going live so that I can be articulating some of these issues. For now, I'm going to eat in Shima somewhere. So we have a good afternoon. Bye.